Uh-oh, he's leaning in. It's black and white. This must be big. Look, I want to get real with you right now. I think the most difficult thing in selling is not winning for a while, despite the fact that you know you're doing everything right. And I got this advice early in my career. Don't get too high with the highs, don't get too low with the lows, Jeff. Just keep going, right? And you've heard me say that when you focus on a process, you get results. When you focus on results, you get frustrated. And these are those moments where you know those things to be most true because they're so frustrating. But you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep going. You have to believe that you're doing the right things because you know they are the right things. And you are going to be tempted to change your tactics. You're going to be tempted to try something different. You're going to be tempted, quite frankly, to do those things, to make those changes too soon. If you've succeeded before, you know what it takes to succeed. If you're brand new in your role, talk to someone who's been there before. Talk to someone who's gone through these doldrums before. This is not a slump if you're doing the right things. It's only a slump if you're failing to remember what the right things are. So take a break. Give yourself a rest. Give yourself a pat on the back. Remind yourself that you're doing the right things. And then keep moving forward. It's interesting. I've got two stories for you. And one's from myself. Look, I do bigger projects with sales teams. And so sometimes those deals, they come at certain times of the year. They're not always consistent. And I have these ebbs and flows in my business like a lot of people do. And I know in the grand scheme of things, everything's going to be all right. But every once in a while, it's been just a little too long since it feels like I won. And earlier this week was one of those times, and I was kind of getting down on myself a little bit. And then I remembered, wait a second, I just booked 2 meetings with someone next week. I've got 2 sales meetings tomorrow that actually look like pretty good prospects. I'm doing it. And then, you know what? Those meetings went really well. And in between those meetings, another one was scheduled for next week. So when I really step back and get out of my little rut, I can see the bigger picture. I can see that things are moving forward. I am reminded that I'm doing the right things and that the right results are going to happen. And sometimes it just takes, a look in the mirror or maybe a reminder from your wife, in my case, that I am doing the right things and that I am going to see the results. In this case, if you can't get it from a look in the mirror or a message from your partner, then take it from me. You know you're doing the right things. Keep doing them. I was talking to a client just yesterday, and he said, Jeff, the thing that I got from working with you was understanding that there was a process. I thought that I just show up with my customers and spend some time with them, develop a relationship, and then the business would just naturally flow. He said, you showed me that there are steps to be executed and that there is a bigger process at work, and I'm having tremendous success as a result of that. And he thanked me. That's why I like having those conversations. So that's my second reminder or suggestion to you is if you don't have someone who can figuratively or literally, if you're into that, grab you by the shoulders and remind you that you're doing the right things, do yourself a favor, pick up the phone, send a message, an email, social media, whatever, and schedule a conversation with a customer that you have served well in the past and just have that talk. It'll make you feel better. You'll start feeling better about the work that you're doing, and you'll start doing more work. That will accelerate that path. But you can do this. And this is how I work with people. So look, I have some availability right now. I've got a little bit of availability right now. If this is something that you believe will help you or will help your team, then shoot me a message. You know how to get a hold of me. But until then, remember that no step is too small so long as it's headed in the right direction and you keep taking steps. Keep moving forward.